Wow, that sure sounds fucking lovely. And by lovely, I mean awful. Absolutely awful is what I mean by that. All right. What the fuck? Good morning, Andraste. So, Angelo, when are we going to blow this joint? I say we head out tomorrow. It's a few hours drive to Boston. How long we stay in there for? Oh, I'd say just a night. We gotta keep moving. And then we head back to Arkham? That's right. I've been talking to a guy up there who might be able to get us some action, you know? Say, speaking of action, look at that dame over there. She's got something going on, don't she? Incredible. Seznek? Why don't you get your pasty ass over there and give her your best line? Maybe I will, maybe I will. And get us some beers while you're at it. You've still got cash from the old broad the other night. Yeah, I got a few bucks left. I don't have a dime. Hell, that woman was so old she couldn't even get out of the house to spend her godforsaken dollars. Better old Manuel here spends it on hooch than let it sit there gathering dust for another 2 years before she bites it. Damn right. Well then, get us some beers, boy. I am ready. Manuel Silva. The man's built like a damned brick wall. A useful man to have around. Intimidation is his game. Hey, Manuel. Yeah? What do you think of Kingsport? It's too close to the sea for my taste. Gulls fouling up my jacket. I do not want this. What else shall we do tonight? Let's see where the evening takes us. If I had some dough left, I feel we could paint the town. I can't help but feel we went a bit far the last few nights. I've pissed away $100. You guys need to be more careful. Invest your money, buy suits. And a little hat, too? Hey, you stop ragging on my hat, okay? This is a finely crafted piece made by the best hat shop in all of Boston. Good one. Get him talking about his hat again. Oh, screw the both of ya. You looking forward to Boston? It will be nice to have a rest before we go on to Innsmouth. Ricky. Angelo Ricky. He calls the shots in our little gang. Man's the size of a cockroach, but he's got a temper. Ricky? Go get the goddamn beers! That's one mighty fine-looking broad. What she's doing in this pit of a town, I do not know. Say there, miss, can I have a word with ya? Leave me alone, greaseball. Hey, 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 no need for that kind of language, lady. I'm merely trying to conversate. Go conversate elsewhere, maybe to your mother. Ha, struck out again. Suit yourself. Come on, sweet cheeks, let me buy you a drink. Get lost. Sweet cheeks, you crack me up. What's up, King Icy? There's nothing interesting here, just dusty pictures of local goons. Old postal cards put in frames. Picture has a caption, a local Kingsport fisherman. It's some news clippings about an incident at the local port. They are from a paper called the Kingsport Bugle. They've tried to decorate the stump with some old prints. He's gonna kick our asses out the door if I start helping myself as much as I'd like to. They got a decent selection here, some good hooch. This guy looks like my cousin Peter, but cousin Peter he ain't. Some local goon. I don't want to endure small talk with the locals at this port. I'd guess this might be the owner of this here establishment. He's been giving us the look over since we walked in the door. 3 beers over here. Where are you guys from? Boston? Innsmouth? None of your goddamn business. Just give me some beers. Hey, this is my bar. You watch your manners, stranger. Folk are nice here in Kingsport. We look after each other. 3 beers. Please? That'll be $2, my foreign friend. $2 right here. 3 beers. Gosh darn it, the barrel is dry. I'm gonna have to go roll up a new one. Sit tight. Dickie eaten his dinner yet? I swear, we sat a whole chocolate cake in front of his face and he didn't so much as blink. The boy's been affected. You taking him to Doc Reeves, he'll get to the bottom of it. Well, he's only been acting strange since his run-in with that old fella the other night. I shouldn't let the boy out so late. What happened? You know that very old man, a former sea captain of some sort. You see him around town, pays for his groceries in golden doubloons. I've heard about him, yeah, feeble and ancient. I heard he talks to bottles he has lined up on a table inside his house. Calls them names like Spanish Joe and Mate Ellis. It's as if he is speaking to his old crew. Yeah, a most peculiar chap. Best avoid it, I think. No need to upset such folk. Something you need to teach Dickie, a bit of respect. So what happened was Dickie threw a stone at his window, you see, and the old man caught him in the act. Gave him a good talking to, I bet. Dickie won't talk about what exactly happened. Oh, dear. He's a stupid boy. You go around throwing stones through old folks' windows and, well, they aren't going to be happy, no matter how feeble they are. I've told him he's not leaving the house for a month apart from going to his lessons. He must be quite a scary sight for a young lad to face. Fancy that, using gold coins for currency. The man must be sitting on a fortune. Tell me about it. I heard he captained clipper ships in the East uncountable years back and bought back untold treasures. Sorry about the wait. Here's your beers. Thanks. Boys, you're not going to believe it. You got a date with that broad? He wishes. I think we got ourselves a job tonight. Well, spit it out then. I heard those 2 chaps speaking about a crazy old man who lives in town, so rich he pays for things with gold doubloons. Heck! Gold doubloons? Yeah, he's got a room in his house where he stands there talking to bottles. A rich and senile old fart. Haha, that sounds like a cinch. Let's get in there tonight and see what he's got in offer. Oh boy, this should be fun. Where's the old man's house then? I don't know. They didn't say. Find out, and we may find riches tonight. What are you gonna buy? A dog, one of them real fancy ones. Gonna name him Jackson. Do you know anything about a rich old man who lives in town? Oh, you are back again. Don Juan doesn't stop trying tonight, does he? I'm a very persistent man, ma'am. I don't know the old man. You're lying. Everybody must know him. Leave me alone. Hey, sweetie. Ew. Say, fellas, what was that you guys were saying about an old man around these parts? What's it to you, stranger? Oh, I just overheard your story. He sounds like a character. Indeed he is. Shuffles about with his cane, dropping gold all over the show. Where does the old man live? His house is along the coast. A crumbling ancient pile it is, too. One of the oldest houses in Kingsport, I'd venture. What's the address? Oh, you're thinking of visiting him, are you? Why on earth would you want to see him for? A treasure hunter, are you? Yes. Get out of here, you bum. We don't want no thieves stinking up our town. Yeah, get out of here before I get the town guard. No, I mean, well, yes, I appreciate treasures like every other man out there. I have no intention of robbing the old goat. Well then, why do you want to know his address? Why should we trust you outsiders? We found something that belongs to him and wish to return it. What's the item? An old ornament. Let's have a look then. Long lost relatives. You expect us to believe that? You are clearly not of Kingsport stock. We wish to interview him. The Kingsport Bugle. Damn. Can we have a look at them? I need some new shoes. What's better way to advertise? I got boxes of them out in the car. He's gonna kick our asses out the door if I start helping myself as much as I'd like to. What else? Oh, you said something about bottles? Sometimes people see him through his window with a lineup of curious bottles sitting on a table. Each bottle has some sort of object inside. Pendulums, some say, and he's been seen to chat to them, waving his arms about. I'm afraid the old chap has lost his mind. Too much time at sea. He was a sea captain? Yes, though back in a time nobody remembers. Rumor has it he spent decades in the Far East. Some say he talks to the bottles as if they were his crew members. You guys from Kingsport? Born and bred. Me too. Where are you from? A suburb of Boston. City boy, eh? A cosmopolitan type. Yeah, you could say that. What else do you know about him? You're asking a lot of questions. Okay. What can you tell me about those two guys? Okay. What can you tell me about the broad? She's in here working all the time. Doesn't look like she's up to much. What's her line of work? Why don't you ask her yourself? Is this a horror game? No. But it is Lovecraftian. So, I guess. Do you know about a rich old man? I don't gossip about locals. Apart from looking pretty. Well, I might not look busy, but my job requires a lot of thinking. I'm a journalist. Why am I talking to you? Say, you write for the paper? Yes, the Kingsport Daily Star. Now get lost before I write an article about outsiders pestering local women in bars. I got mixed up before. We are from the Kingsport Daily Star. It's the truth. We are journalists from Boston. We do freelance work. It sounds like the old man could give us a great story. Imagine the tales he must have. Tales of exploration, treasure, and chivalry. You know what? Go ahead. I don't really believe you, but this is getting annoying now. The old man lives up on Water Street. His property backs onto Ship Street near the shore. Outside his home are curious foreign standing stones, an unmistakable sight. Thanks. I appreciate it. I got the address. Good work. Where is it? Back entrance is on Ship Street by the harbor. Hey, we passed that street on the way here. It's just a few blocks away. Let's go, boys. There's treasure to be had. Oh, God. Oh, God. Most complacent. Right? We're here. What's the plan? Silva, you and I will go in through this here gate. Boy's name I can't pronounce. You stay on watch. Okay. Before we do anything, though, looks like there's a light up there. Can you have a better look? We gotta make sure he ain't watching us. We didn't pay a dime for this classy ride. Some old codger back up in Arkham is probably still cursing us for swiping it. He's got a bunch of weird standing stones in his garden. The patterns are not like anything I've ever seen. A good funky? Yeah, I agree. It's unsettling. Maybe they're from overseas someplace. Try climbing over that. We don't have houses. But it smells in there. Musty old rotten socks or some such. What do you want me to do? Can you get a closer look at that window? We need to double check what we're dealing with. The old man might have a shotgun fixed on us right now for all we know. What do you think of this place? Well, the house looks like it's seen better days. Hey, less gabbing. Get to work. Where do you think those standing stones are from? Beats me. They give me the creeps. Wait, how am I supposed to get a closer look at the window? Am I stupid? You don't have the key for the trunk? Spyglass, a crowbar, and some masks. He's in there. The silly old fool looks like the easiest target we ever had. He really is talking to a bunch of old bottles. As long as we are quiet out here, he shouldn't notice us. He is engrossed in his queer little pursuits. Pathetic. You got our masks then? Here's the masks. Alright, get that gate open. We're in. Good work. How are we gonna play it, boss? The old sea dog might not be too loquacious concerning his treasures. We may need to make him talk. That's if the gold is even hidden. If he is as senile as we suspect, he may have stacks of it piled up all around. Don't go too hard on the old goat. We'll do what we need to. The screams of an old man can be easily muffled. Wait for us in the car. We should be back in an hour at the most. Sounds like a plan. Be gentle. What the fuck? One hour later. What the hell is taking them so long? What's happened? They better not have knocked the old fella off. I told them I said don't go too hard on the old goat. Here they come.
Little things make considerable excitement in little towns, which is the reason that Kingsport people talked all that spring and summer about the three unidentifiable bodies, horribly slashed as with many cutlasses, and horribly mangled as by the tread of many cruel boot heels, which the tide washed in. And some people even spoke of things as trivial as the deserted motor car found on Ship Street, or certain especially inhuman cries, probably of a stray animal or migratory bird, heard in the night by wakeful citizens. But in this idle village gossip, the terrible old man took no interest at all. He was by nature reserved, and when one is aged and feeble, one's reserve is doubly strong. Besides, so ancient a sea captain must have witnessed scores of things much more stirring in the far-off days of his unremembered youth.
Oh, okay. Now that makes sense. That's the kid that just threw the rock at the window. How did y'all feel about that? I mean, that was really short, but that was interesting. I don't know, I liked it. Even though it was really short, I still liked it. Quirky, yeah. I really liked how like uncomfortable. I mean, the art style made me like uncomfortable.